Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be remaining standing. Right? Stand.
As many, if not most of you know, this past weekend, town of Fishkill lost one of our greats of all time. Our highway superintendent of 54 years, Glenn Schofield Sr., passed away at the age of 84. As a deacon in the Reformed Church in America, Supervisor Albert has asked me to lead us in a moment of silence, followed by a brief prayer in his name. Dear Lord, as we gather this evening, we do so with heavy hearts, as our town mourns one of its greatest public servants, more than 50 years of dedication to the thousands of people who called Fishkill home, and the thousands more who have visited and passed through our wonderful town. Tonight our thoughts are with Glenn's family, his wife, his children, grandchildren, and everyone who has come to know and love him as the great man that he was. We will hold this meeting in his honor, and we offer this prayer in his name. Amen.
Amen. Could I add something to that prayer? Sure. Good Lord, wrap your arms around Isabel, his surviving wife, and their entire family through this time. But as was just said, we just raise them up, the entire family. The Schofields are legends here, and we will love and miss Glenn a great deal. Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated.
Councilmember Bardini.
Present.
Councilmember Totino.
Present.
Councilmember Pristula.
Present.
Councilmember Rye.
Here.
Supervisor Albro.
Here. Got one item for special consideration. We've got the bid for the sidewalk out front. It came out at 49. We had two bids, one for 49,000, one for about 59,000, and we budgeted 65. So I wanted to do a resolution at the end of the meeting under special consideration to adopt that. So make a motion to amend the budget to include that. Can I have a second?
Amend the agenda.
Amend the agenda to add that. Can I have a second?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next up is acceptance of minutes for June 3rd and July 1st. I'll make a motion to accept that. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next up is introduction of new employees. Raise your hand if you're a new employee. Okay. I'll do the lady first.
Or getting promoted.
Or promoted, yeah. Okay, do the lady first.
Hi, I'm Cassandra McCall. I currently work part-time next door as a dispatcher, and now I'm being hired for full-time.
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Keep up the great work.
Thanks for your consideration.
Awesome.
Chief?
We have one new police officer hire. It's Bernard Sokolowski. He's from Thiels, New York. He's currently serving as a corrections officer in Rockland County. He is a graduate of the Rockland County Police Academy, so we like that. And he's right here behind me.
Okay. Well, why don't you just
Come up to the mic.
Come up, young officer.
Yep.
I'm Bernard Sokolowski. I'm a Rockland County Correction Officer. I graduated the Rockland County Police Academy approximately 2 years ago now. And just want to say thank you to my family for supporting me through this. It's been worked hard to get to this position. And I'm very thankful for the town of Fishkill, Chief Stratner, and the town of Fishkill Police Department for sponsoring me for Phase 2 and hiring me to be a police officer, part-time police officer. Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
We're
Thank you.
in a new phase of excellence.
You want to
so
swear him in?
welcome aboard.
Huh? Yeah, we can do it.
Do we need to vote on first?
No, we'll take care of it.
Were you planning on voting against Brian?
Not him. Just Carmine.
Yeah, the book is right there.
If you want to read off the sheet.
So you're going to repeat after me.
Raise your right hand.
I state your name.
I, Bernard Sokolowski,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of police officer
of the office of police officer
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Follow the chief over there. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Stacy.
Chief, he's not on the clock for this, right?
Not yet.
Good.
Is this guy brother?
Yeah.
That's why he punched him.
Okay, I think we have one more employee, semi-promotion, I guess, Mr. Kevin McCarthy.
Depends on how you look at it, right? My name's Kevin McCarthy. I've worked at the Town of Fishkill Highway Department for the past 2.5 years in the role of confidential secretary. I think it's fitting, the fact that we're honoring Mr. Schofield today, that there's a change in leadership, we'll say. Over the past 2.5 years, Carmine has I'll miss him, but he's trained me well to take over the role, plus my past experiences. I appreciate the support of all the board members and Supervisor Alba and their trust that they have in me. They know I'm always available. If you have any questions for me now, feel free. If not, look forward to working with you in a new capacity. Thank you.
Any questions?
How do you feel about snow?
You'll be ready?
We'll be ready. We're ready. We're ready.
Monster last
Good man.
year.
We're ready. We're ready.
I know you guys
It can't be worse than last year.
That's
Oh,
right.
No, you do not jinx us by saying that publicly. What's wrong with you?
Fair point.
Kevin, how well are you, or how much are you going to be depending upon Mr. Lucarella?
I'll be depending on John Lucarello, the working supervisor, a great deal.
Yeah.
He's a wealth of knowledge, and he knows the ins and outs, been there for 30 years, as well as Dean Schofield, who unfortunately will be retiring towards the end of the year. But yes, I'll be relying on John a lot, especially to help with day-to-day operations. Him and I have worked together well. We sit 5 feet across from us, and we've worked together very well. He's already, January of 2024, he was the one who, came right up to me in an awkward situation and just said, "Let's go," and just started teaching me from there.
That sounds
So
like John.
I'll be relying on him a lot, and I feel
I
like
think you guys are going to be a great team.
we are,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to it.
Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, first up is a public hearing to consider a local law amending the town code to establish expiration of site plan approvals. I'll make a motion to reopen the public hearing. Can I have a second?
Second.
Anybody like to speak about this? Okay. You go on.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Russ O'Malley, 142 Old Route 9. In regards to the expiration of site plan approvals, I would like to suggest that no disturbances be made to a site. No tree removal, no grading, no environmental destruction before and until all final approvals have been issued. And that work be conducted with 6 months of final approvals before any environmental restoration to said properties begin to be established again, only to have all recovering wildlife and flora to be decimated once again. Okay, thank you.
So Brian, can we, I'm not ready to put this up for a vote. Can we put something like that in there, in that code, what he just said?
We can take a look at it, absolutely.
All right.
Would that not, forgive me, I agree with the merits of the suggestion, but would that not be better suited to a separate code amendment that specifically handles the procedures for when certain types of work are permitted based on the different phases of approval that are granted?
It would depend on how the code as a whole is structured, but we can certainly look to either incorporate it or if necessarily, do a subsequent local law or amendment there too.
So just to recap, you were talking about can't do any work at all until all approvals are in. That's basically it?
Until they're ready to go.
Right. And then we're putting in, you got to get it done in 3 years.
3 years or your site plan expires.
Right.
That's commercial.
Yeah.
So my residential question is, I don't want to impact the family that wants to have their children inherit an acre here or there. Can we put a provision where it doesn't apply to anything less than 10 acres for residential only?
I can take a look at the residential only portion, but as to the size, I don't necessarily see an issue with that. Right
Okay.
off the bat.
So, go on, Russ, come on. Yeah.
I didn't mean residentially. I understand people have their homes and built, things take time. But I was, as far as commercial properties, and they get decimated and they sit there, and things reestablish themselves from insects to amphibians to all birds and wildlife, and they'll need to be destroyed again and flattened, and the nesting and homes are destroyed. So I thought maybe, you give them too much time and reestablish and then you're back. Thank you very much.
We're going to look into that. So add those two things for Mr. Nugent to review. So I want to continue the public hearing until, what's the next meeting, September 2nd?
I guess
Yes.
September 2nd is the next town board
Okay,
meeting.
any board members, any questions to give to the town attorney?
No, not on this one, no.
I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing to September 2nd. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next one up is the, what is that? That's you, Russ?
Vehicle outside.
Vehicle outside, yeah, it is, backing up.
It's quite a...
Next up is a public hearing to consider a local law to repeal and replace Chapter 108 noise of the Town of Fishkill, the Town Code. I'm not ready for this. Can we table it to the next meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people had some concerns about it.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it I just want to keep this, how we have the current law, and Mr. Nugent added a noise decibel meter. That's the only section I want to review and amend and add to the noise ordinance. That's it. Leave exactly what we have, add a paragraph that the decibel meter, some people think it's too low, some people think it's too high, so we just have to have a compromise on the decibels that'll be applicable. That's it. So it's exactly where the town code is, don't touch it, just a paragraph for decibels, for a decibel meter machine. That's it.
Understood.
All right, so we're going to continue that to September 2nd, okay, Cooper?
You got it?
All right, next up is public hearing on the hearing to amend Chapter 23 of the Town Code to establish deputy receiver of taxes and assessments in the town of Fishkill. I presented as a motion to open up the public hearing. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No. No? Okay. Mark down Mr. Nugent as no. I'm sorry, Mr. Brian. I got three Brians here. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody like to speak about this? Cooper, you have a letter from a citizen?
I do.
Read it.
So, it's from Mr. John Amaro. So it says, I've been a lifelong citizen of Fishkill, and along with many other machinations of Mr. Albra during his 2 terms of supervisor, I strongly disagree with creating another position of a full-time deputy tax receiver. Receiving school taxes and property taxes is admittedly intense for 3 months out of the year, but I feel a full-time tax receiver and 2 part-time deputy tax receivers is more than adequate. I strongly feel, just like Mr. Albra, creating the redundant position of police commissioner when the board can provide this function for free. The addition of a full-time tax receiver position is motivated by Mr. Albra's personal agenda, not what's best for Fishkill taxpayers. I feel the system was fine the way it was, with the town clerk helping out as needed, and there's absolutely zero reason to add yet another unnecessary position when the town clerk was perfectly capable of this function. But per the town meeting of February 18th, Mr. Albert chose to take these duties away from them. I realize this hearing
So
is...
take what duties away from who?
That's not right.
No, I'm just
He's reading the letter.
I'm just reading the
No, read the whole sentence there.
Which, hang on. Let's see, let me just go back, hang on. Hang on. I feel the system was fine the way it was, with the town clerk helping out as needed, and there's absolutely zero reason to add yet another unnecessary position when the town clerk was perfectly capable of this function. But per the town meeting of February 18th, Mr. Albert chose to take these duties away from them. I realize
Take the duties away from who?
It's the pronoun game, Ozzy. There's no
Okay.
person named.
Is there in that letter?
Well, yeah, well, this is just the way it was written.
Okay.
So I'm just reading it word for word. So I realize this hearing is a formality because the fix is in, and this is what Mr. Albert wants, but the town of Fishkill citizens are not Mr. Albert's personal piggy bank when we are already shelling out $50,000 a year for the police commissioner and deputy supervisor positions for what I feel is tantamount to political patronage. Again, we don't need to spend another 50 to 60K for a job that was capably performed by the town clerk for a lot less assisting the tax receiver.
Okay. Let me see that.
Yeah.
Okay, Cooper, did I take your duties away from you?
No, I resigned from the position.
So this statement is inaccurate, that I took your duties away from you?
Correct.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else to be heard about that? Any board members have any questions?
No.
Okay, I make a motion to close the public hearing. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So have Mr. Nugent prepare me a resolution for the September 2nd meeting to approve this. Yep. Bless you. Next up is a public hearing on a demolition of unsafe property, building, and structure located at 89 Linden Road in the town of Fishkill pursuant to Town Code 50-25. So since I've been supervisor, I think we've demolished, what, Greg, about 2 houses?
Yeah.
And got 2 into compliance and another 2.
Oh, more than 2.
More than 2 into compliance. So what happens is we have to have a public hearing. We have to notify the property owner and give him the opportunity to speak before the board. The property owner is here today. And you have notice, and we'd like to know what you're going to do with the property, because this can't stand like that. We're going to end up knocking it down and putting the bill on the property tax bill. So if you want to speak, you can speak. Yeah, you own the property, right?
I'm sorry, but I'm hard of hearing, and
Okay.
I couldn't understand what you said.
Okay, so in order, you have an unsafe property, I guess it caught on fire a couple of years ago, and it's unsafe, and it needs to be demolished. And if you don't demolish it, we're gonna demolish it, put the bill on the property tax bill, and that'll be the way it goes.
Well, all I can say is,
I'm sorry to cut you off. If you could just
Go
state
ahead.
your name and address for the record, please. Name and address.
name and address, Richard Kazmarek. Address is 89 Linden Road, Fishkill, New York, 12524. I've never been to one of these before.
Okay.
All I can say is I've lived in the house since 1978. That's 49 years. And I want to continue to live in that house. And I've had some people look at it and give me some estimates of what I can't handle at this moment. So I'm in the process of, I'm wanting to stay. I don't want to get rid of that house. I want to keep that house. I've been in that house for 48 years. And I'm hoping to find someone that can finish the damage, the other half, and continue to live there until I'm deceased.
And you're
That's
living in the
what-
house, you're still living in the house?
Say,
Are you still living in the house?
how long have I lived in
No,
that?
are you living there
You're
right
still
now?
living there
No,
now?
I'm not living in that house right now, no.
How much time do you need? How much time do you need?
I don't know. I don't know. I just can't say. I mean, I have a fellow that's going to look at it tomorrow at 9:30. I don't know what price he's going to give me. I can't say, except I'm looking, and I'm getting numbers like one guy told me 600 and some $1,000, I just forget what. Another guy verbally told me 470 to 480,000. He didn't give me a paperwork, but that's verbal. So I have to, I'm trying to find something for about 200,000. I don't want to knock it down and have another one built. I've been here too many years.
All right,
And I
so-
want to
so
be
we'll-
there till I'm deceased.
So what I'll do is I'll table this until September 2nd. We'll continue this, and September 2nd, you're going to have to come here and tell me how much more time you need?
Till September 2nd, I don't know if I can find somebody, I'll try. I'm trying now. So I just don't want to knock it down. I don't want another house. I don't want another house. I've been there too many years, most of my life. And I want to just finish what burned down and continue to live there until I'm deceased.
Well, sir, I think we understand that, and ideally, we'd love for you to be able to solve the situation and get the repairs that are needed. But at the same time, we recognize that the building currently isn't safe. So we're going to give you this 1-month extension that you can use to try and find an answer, and you can come back in a month and tell us, give us an update and see if you've been able to solve it.
That's so.
And we can revisit this then, but we can't keep this open-ended, but we can at the very least give you a month to talk to the people and see what solution you can come up with.
Okay, that's fair.
You can come back on September 2nd.
September 2nd.
2nd.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing to September 2nd. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
See you on September 2nd, sir. Have a good day. Okay. Next up is privilege of the floor for general town items. Anybody wishing to speak about anything regarding the town of Fishkill, anything? This is your time. You can speak?
Well, who are neighbors of his?
Oh, I apologize. You guys want to speak?
Yes.
Come on up.
Do we have to reopen?
No, I don't have to reopen anything, no. This is part of the general.
This is your time to speak.
This is the general, this works out nicely anyway.
My name is Robert Persico. This is my wife, Ann Persico.
Can you talk
We live
into
at
the mic?
117 Linden Road, up the street from where this house is.
That man is a hoarder.
We moved in about 7 years ago.
He's got piles of garbage underneath tarps. He's got abandoned cars.
We're aware of what the property is. He's asking for a little time.
Okay,
He hasn't lived in that house for
I
a
know.
long time.
He admitted he didn't live there, but he came.
Yes.
okay,
We're going to give him some
Well, we know what
courtesy.
it looks like.
okay.
And if he can't come here with proof that he has somebody to fix it or rebuild it,
Okay.
then we're going to move forward. But he
Okay.
did come to the meeting, and if we knock it down, it's probably a $30,000 bill on his tax bill.
Okay,
So I just want, we need to be a little considerate of your neighbors.
sure.
And I've knocked down houses, so I'm not adverse to doing it, but he came here, he's got a hardship. I don't know how he's going to be able to do it, so.
Okay, I think it's a self-inflicted hardship, because the place, since we moved in, there's been at least 8 to 10 abandoned cars on the property, so I think it's a toxic waste site as well. Are these things going to be removed when the house gets demolished?
Cars are a different situation, they're titled property,
Okay,
and we've been dealing with that with another property for a long time, so you could see the house being removed and the car's still sitting there. That is a possibility,
uh-huh.
because it's titled property. It's
Yeah, different legal procedure.
I
Yes.
think one of them partially burned with the house, and,
It's still got a VIN on it, so it's a titled property.
okay,
I can't take his property.
Right, he said he's been living in that house 49 years. He was not living in that house when it blew up.
I don't know, ma'am.
Yeah.
He came to the meeting, I'm gonna give him courtesy next
All
month.
Yeah.
If he can show me he's got a contract with a contractor to rebuild it or whatever he's gotta do, we'll consider it, otherwise it'll come down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a real eyesore.
I know, I put the sign
And
out,
it's a
I
safety
put the
thing
sign
as
out
well.
there so you guys could see it,
Thank you.
okay.
okay?
Thank you.
Did you
Thank
wanna
you.
speak too, sir? Welcome.
Hi, how are you? My name's John Testerman. I live at 97 Linden Road, right next door to the property. I know you guys are in a bad spot too. You're trying to be fair to him and fair to us. It just appears to me that after having 2 years, he's getting somebody to come there tomorrow night. Now, I know this is not your first rodeo. I know you've seen this, but come September 2nd, if he doesn't have an actual signed contract, I would think work should be ready to start. I can't see him getting anybody for the price he wants. That house, what he's quoting is a complete tear down.
It's got to come down.
Yeah.
So what the procedure would be, we would close the public hearing, that'll be the next step, and then we do what's called a RFP, so we put it out to bid, that's about 30 days, so we make a public notice, and the contractors could review the public notice, and they give us a sealed bid, then we open it up, and they see what we charge to knock it down. They knock it down, we pay for it up front, then we put it on its tax bill, and then reimbursed by the county. That's pretty much the gist of it. But the cars are different. The cars might sit there for a while. So
Joe by today, I don't know if he moved the cars to another part of the property or if he had some removed, because I believe he had to give you access if you're going to go to the next step. So.
Yeah, I'm sure those are junk cars anyway, but in
Oh,
general,
they were.
the cars are different because each one has a title. There's a property in the eastern part of town. I knocked down the house and the cars are still sitting there.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's a different procedure.
Because people don't want to bid to take something that has a title on it.
Right.
And then if we take it, we have to take custody of it. It's a big mess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because real property and buildings are all subject to our municipal law and codes for maintenance, which means that we have enforcement authority, but motor vehicles aren't subject to town law the way that real property is. And
No,
so,
I completely understand.
We have certain things that we can act on rather swiftly, and others are a much more complicated process.
And I do feel bad for the fact that he lost his house, but at the same time, I don't see him doing anything to rectify the situation, and it's affecting other people, and it is a safety hazard. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Testament. Anybody else like to speak? That's it? Nobody? Okay, good. Liaison member reports. Jackie, you can go first. Greg.
Just want to congratulate not only our Building Grounds Parks Department, but also our police department for a tremendous National Night Out event last night at Gearing Park. Hundreds of families and kids, adults, everyone had a wonderful time. There was live music, there were vendors, and a real great opportunity to continue fostering positive relationships between our local area law enforcement and the community that they serve. I saw nothing but happy faces, happy families, and that's what we want for everyone here in Fishkill. So to the chief and to everyone from the PD who was there representing the town, and to Kevin and to Carmine and to everyone from Highway Parks, Buildings and Grounds who facilitated the event, kept everyone safe, managed all the parking with hundreds of cars. Congratulations and thank you to all of you for an amazing event.
Councilman?
Sure. I had the opportunity to tour the Fishkill Food Pantry. I just want to share that I was amazed. I mean, I had a picture in my mind. It is nothing like what my picture in my mind is. The operation runs like clockwork, and they service hundreds of families in our community. They, right to the point of, they know the family size, they package up the food for a week for each family based on the age of the members of the family. It's just incredible. But they're running short, very short. Some of the sources they've had that they've counted on in the government for supplies and things have dried up. And I would just like to make a plea to anybody in the community. You're in ShopRite, pick up an extra sale item, drop it in the box at the front of ShopRite. Pick up one of those little bags that ShopRite pre-packages. Those pre-packaged are at the request of the Fishkill Food Bank. Fishkill Food Bank actually tells ShopRite, these are the things we're short of. Could you prepare some bags of those items? So those are very specific things. And if you've got an extra $10 in your pocket that week, and you can just pick up one of those bags, purchase it, drop it off for them. I heard stories of people that were down on their luck at a particular time and had to put their face down and their tail between their legs and walk into the food pantry to get food for their family. But when they got themselves back on their feet, they came back and made contributions to the food pantry, and thank you to the volunteers and everybody that worked there. Some really heartwarming stories. And again, I just encourage everybody, if you've got an extra couple of bucks and you need to send it, Please do that. There is a way to do it. If you're looking for a tax deduction, you can do it with a 501c3B. They are licensed. So please, in any way, whether it's an item out of the ShopRite or it's a cash contribution or a check, they're in need of a lot of support right now, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Councilman Ryan.
I think several of us on the board have had a lot of interaction with the pantry, and everything you said is absolutely correct. The number of food drives I've been on, et cetera, and there's one thing that you just taught me. I did not know that about the prepackaged ShopRite bags, and that's good to know, because I will make sure I do that from time to time. Thank you for that. So it seems last month we had smoke from Canada. Did we? Am I forgetting that?
I was trying to forget.
It's amazing how that came and affected everyone, me, my lungs, and it's gone. So I guess we're all here and happy. National Night Out was special. It always is. It is our community coming behind our law enforcement officers, the way Fishkill does in other communities when they come together. And I love seeing all the different police forces there. Along with, it's just a festive, it's like a little mini county fair, but right here in Fishkill. Carmine retiring, you're gonna make me read all these with the whereases, okay? So I'm gonna suffer. I don't want him to leave. I'm voting no, I told him, so anyway.
You can't vote no.
It's in consent.
August 15th, there's going to be an e-gov going out for our, we had to reschedule for obvious reasons out of courtesy and respect for the funeral for Glenn Schofield on Saturday, this Saturday, and this Saturday is when we were going to have the historical dedications in the Memorial Park area that's between the Town of Fishkill Police and the Rec Center. It's a redesign of that area. It looks magnificent, making everything visible from 52, plus the dedication of the Bailey Sword. I'm giving a little plug now, because it's now for August 15th at 10 a.m. I hope people come out. I also went to during this previous month, to a meeting called Save Our Power Coalition, and it was just discussing what if the state took over all power companies, and I don't think that that's a good idea. But anyway, it was a very, very, very illuminating, and that was a joke. That's all I got.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I went to see Odyssey. I just thrown that in there.
Is it good?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Was it a movie?
I haven't seen it yet, and
Oh,
almost
movie.
everything I've seen about it has just been people freaking out. So I'm told it's a very good experience.
I think it is. I think it is.
We'll talk later.
All right.
Not exactly true to the book.
Okay.
Educator.
All right, you got to read the proclamation.
Now we're doing this.
We got Mr.
Someone call Carmine and make sure he's watching.
he has a prearranged an arrangement with his family.
Proclamation, recognition and appreciation for Highway Superintendent Carmine Itzvan. Whereas Carmine Itzvan is a longtime resident of the town of Fishkill, and whereas Carmine owned and operated a successful business here in the town of Fishkill, and whereas after first being elected to the town board, Mr. Itzvan was then elected to the position of Highway Superintendent. And whereas shortly after beginning his new role, Highway Superintendent, the highway garage suffered a catastrophic fire and suffered heavy smoke damage. That was a crazy time just when he took over. Whereas Carmine supervised and oversaw the reconstruction and renovation of the entire highway garage facility, including the addition of a new salt shed, which had made the highway department facility modernized and the envy of other highway departments. And whereas additionally, Carmine instituted more training schools for staff, CDL licensing directly through the highway department, and brought unionization for all highway employees, helping the town hire and retain the best employees. And whereas Superintendent Itzvan was tasked with renovating all town parks, including the addition of pickleball courts, directing the installation of Little League lighting, and the expansion of the Hometown Heroes program. And whereas Carmine has been responsive to all residents in the town, and on many occasions has gone above and beyond to assist them. He continues to be active throughout the community and many organizations, including being the president of Fishkill Historical Society. And whereas Mr. Itzvan has been offered the position of Deputy Commissioner of the Dutchess County Department of Public Works, which he has accepted and will be resigning as Fishkill Highway Superintendent. And whereas the town of Fishkill seeks to recognize those individuals who go above and beyond to perform an act of service to the Fishkill community, now therefore be it resolved, the town board of the town of Fishkill does hereby proclaim its gratitude and appreciation to Carmine Itzvan for all the hard work and dedication he has given to the town of Fishkill, and wish him all the best in his new endeavor. And be it further resolved, the town board of the town of Fishkill shall present a copy of this proclamation to outgoing Highway Superintendent Carmine Itzvan at the August 5, 2026 town board meeting, or as soon thereafter as possible, in the spirit of gratitude and recognition by the board of the town of, by the order of the town board of the town of Fishkill on this, the 5th day of August, 2026. God bless you, Carmine. That reminds me of so much. I mean,
And just to be clear, that's just what would fit on one page.
yeah, good point. Oh my gosh, so much, he's gonna be missed.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin, you got some shoes, buddy boy. If you have to stuff them with socks for a little bit, we understand.
I'm like 3 shoe sizes bigger than
Oh, okay.
Okay. Next up is discussions. Number 1, discussion of resolution to accept the resignation of automotive mechanic Kyle Lopez. Everybody okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, discussion of resolution to hire Catherine McGann, recreation staff. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Next one is discussion of resolution for budget amendment request for the rec department for $4,000. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
This, next up, number 4, resolution to promote Anthony Brown from laborer to groundskeeper.
Yes.
Okay, this was one of Carmine's and the union's things they did, so some promotions in the highway department. That's fruit of his labor.
For career growth.
Career growth, there you go. And the same one with this, discussion of resolution to hire, number 5, discussion of resolution to hire Joseph Voca to the position of groundskeeper. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Next up is to accept the resignation of Mr. Testerman. Everybody okay with that?
Regretfully, yes.
He was a good guy. I think that was his father.
It was
It
his
was?
father.
That was his dad, yeah. Next up, resolution to accept the resignation of motor equipment operator Anthony Rappa. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Next up, to hire Ryan Borman for the position of motor equipment operator. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Next one is to promote another one of promotions, to promote Mr. David Lamery to the labor to motor equipment operator. Everybody okay with that?
Yes,
Yes.
just a word about that.
Absolutely.
Dave Lamery grew up next to me, and I've seen him do nothing but excel as an ethical, strong young man. He is working so hard already with buildings and grounds, and he deserves this promotion.
Thank you.
Here, here.
Next up, number 10, discussion of resolution to accept the resignation of part-time police officer Brian Brannigan. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Next one is to discussion of resolution to hire Bernard Sokolowski to the position of part-time officer. That was a gentleman we just sworn in. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Next one is to hire Cassandra McCall for the position of full-time dispatcher. She spoke earlier. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Great.
Okay, the next one here. So we have, the town of Fishkill is a 24/7 police department staffed by part-time officers. Most of them are retired police officers who are capped at $35,000. That's what we budget for, and on occasion, we're allowed to get waivers from New York State as a need arises, and we're able to get a waiver for the chief. I'd like to give him a $35,000 pay raise this year, and if he gets a waiver next year, we'll deal with it next year. A full-time police chief in Dutchess County makes about $166,000.
That's the average?
That's the average.
Wow.
And he would still be under that, and I can tell you this, he works way more than a part-time police chief.
Yeah.
And he knows a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
So everybody okay with that?
100%.
100%.
Any other discussion?
Yeah,
None.
nothing.
Next up, discussion of resolution to amend the fee schedule for building and fire and planning and zoning. Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Next up, discussion of resolution for budget modification of 2026 budget, adopted budget to increase supervisor revenue. So that's where we're going to pay off our, we got like $15,000 from donations, so we got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Everybody okay with that?
Sure.
16, Discussion of resolution modification, budget revenue from covered litigation expenses not included in the original budget. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
These are the deductibles.
Ah.
Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Next up, 17, discussion of resolution to authorize Vanderwater to do tax cert for 57 West Merritt Boulevard. I believe that's Walmart, right? Yeah. These things stink, but this Walmart makes probably the top in the United States, top 10 in the United States, and they want a land deal. But it is what it is. Everybody okay with it?
Through gritted teeth.
Yep. Next up, 18, discussion of award RFP for Fishkill Veteran Memorial Project.
That's not it.
Huh?
That's not Memorial Project. Remember
That's what you got mad about.
Exactly.
All right. All right.
That's coming up.
Okay.
I got 15 grand for that project.
Okay, so what is, so let's clear it up. So this is for the John Bailey.
Sidewalks. It's for the sidewalk.
This one's for the sidewalks.
Yeah.
Got it. No, this ain't for the sidewalks, because I'm doing a separate one for that at the end.
Well, then this needs to be scratched, because that's what it discusses in here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Just take a
Number
moment
18?
and take a look at it.
Yep, let's do that.
Tell me where you find it when you find it. Vanderwater.
18 is over here, over at 14.
I had the page eared, now I can't find the dang thing.
No, you're.
Okay, it's towards the back. It says resolution. Remember, it was from Brian Ryan. Brian Ryan didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
Subject, resolution to award Fishkill Veterans Memorial Park. But if we read into it, Town of Fishkill did a RFP, but it says Town of Fishkill Veterans Memorial Park, which it's not what it is. It's just, I don't know how all this crap's gonna end.
But this is still for the Bailey thing, right? Brian, this is.
Didn't that get awarded?
Yes. No. We remember at the last meeting, we said that instead of waiting till the next meeting, we did a verbal approval, and this is approving it officially.
Then I'm wrong, everyone.
No, you're not wrong. The title, it's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody okay?
It's part of the park, right? The same
You're
thing.
not wrong, but you're wrong.
Yeah, it's okay. I can see.
We did do this last month, but we didn't vote on it.
We didn't vote on it.
Verbal
That's-
agreement.
Yes.
Okay, so. if you
This is
ha-
to
if
vote
you-
on it.
If you say one more time, I'm having a senior moment. I'm coming over there, okay?
I have not said it once.
I didn't say it.
All right, you're right, you're
I'm not going
100%
there.
right. We did a verbal and now we're voting on it. You know, I really like this resolution.
All right, where am I? Okay.
19.
Superb resolution.
Okay, the longevity policy, so right now, after a certain amount of years, you get 1,000. So I just want to break it into a 6-month period, so you don't have to wait the whole year. Anybody have a dispute about that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Number 20, resolution to enter EMA, I can't even see this, what is it? IMA between Wampler School, okay, so this is,
This is supplemental
Chief, we're going to
coverage,
start covering the Brickerhoff Elementary School. So everybody, it's a new thing.
So the contract before you is between the town and the Wappinger School District. The Wappinger School District would cover our salary plus 30% expenses to cover things like uniforms and equipment in a car, so that we could have an officer in the Brinkerhoff School for 20 hours a week. Effectively, we'd have like one extra officer per week, per day up there. And the contract specifies that there are some details to be worked out. I've had conversations with the deputy superintendent there, Mr. Lokema, and the principal. So we would figure out what works best after a month, because we've never tried this before. So the district would have some interview power to decide which officer we would choose to assign from the list of officers who've expressed interest. And then the principal would say, okay, maybe 2 days a week is good and a half a third day, or maybe mornings is better, maybe afternoons, and we'd be able to go from there. This is the
So
starting
this
point.
IMA is more of an agreement in principle rather than an agreement in specific detail?
Yes, I mean, it's
give them some
somewhat
flexibility.
specific, but
Right.
we're going to provide the officer, they're going to provide the funding for
Right.
it, so it's not going to impact our town of Fishkill
Right,
budget.
but some of the more finer details will be established after the agreement is
Right, because we
is
want to see what's
authorized.
going to work well.
Great.
That's a little flexibility.
Oh, yeah.
So,
No cost to taxpayers.
Great.
I mean, I've talked to Dr. Bonk about this, and I know previous police chiefs, I think, wanted to do something like this. I don't know, is this our first time to do this?
I think this will be our first time doing it. We just
Yeah,
gotta- we
it's our
just
first
gotta
time
figure it
having
out.
this
So,
level.
it was my understanding back when I was previously, hearing about it and talking about it, that this would be an officer not taken from our ranks, but it looks like somebody that, you know, you have hands in the air that want to do this, and that's fine. But how is that going to get in the way of, you know, we seem to have, you know, we're
We'll get to
not
detail.
understaffed a little bit, and is this going to cause any additional strain, or how's this going to work as far as our coverage in the town?
I think we're going to be okay. I discussed it with the sergeant who mostly handles scheduling, and there is a little bit of wiggle room there. And we're hiring, you know, Officer Sokolowski, for example, and we've got 6 candidates in the pipeline right now.
How many are we short right now?
So we are just covering the road right now.
Okay.
Dutchess County Civil Service has the entire department billeted for 70 officers. We're at like 53 right now. I would prefer to be at 60. We always leave a few positions open for flexibility. It's some civil service rules about promotion. So if I take an officer and promote him to sergeant, positions have to be left open and closed. And so I'd like to be at 60. I'd love to get, 6 or 7 more officers.
So we're going to hire, you have 6 more in the pipeline?
Yeah,
So
so
this
they're
guy
in the pipeline.
tonight
That
is 7?
doesn't mean that we're not done. The detectives are.
The background work?
Yeah, they're quite thorough.
That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
We want that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Did they reach out to you because they have some problems, or?
It's not based on problems. Almost every other school in that district has some form of law enforcement presence in the schools. We were one of the few sort of left. As part of my get to know the people in the town, I went and had coffee with Dr. Bonk, and we came to the agreement. So once upon a time, literally 20 years ago, I was a school resource officer. I was ordered to be a school resource officer, and I went begrudgingly, and I loved it.
Voluntold, I believe that's the phrase nowadays. Voluntold?
Yeah, I don't think it even rose to that level. It was ordered against my will. But I absolutely enjoyed it. It was a fantastic experience. And I see the value in it now, which I probably as a young cop didn't see. So Dr. Bonk and I were sort of sharing some of those feelings about it, and he asked if there's any way we could work it out. And I am a proponent of this as a concept, so I think we're in good shape.
Any other questions for the chief?
No.
Thank you, chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Number 21, discussion of the water bill. So,
Yes, Supervisor, I just want to take a look at whatever the IMA is. I anticipate it won't be an issue, but I just want to cover the town's bases, that's all.
the IMA for the chief?
No, with respect to
The water bill.
to water.
Okay, you look at the water bill.
That's
So,
correct.
so Cooper, table the water bill to 9/2,
Okay?
Yeah, whenever the next meeting is.
and if you could prepare if we can do it, prepare a resolution to do it.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Were they saying it was too much? or
No, what happened, I think their average quarter was like $8,000. They had a fire, and when they closed the hydrants, I think they closed them too fast, and the pipe started breaking. So it's like some leakage, $3,000. He's asking for us to consider waiving that $3,000.
All right,
If we can do it, I don't even know, so.
Yeah, I mean, where would it come in the budget and that type of
It
stuff?
just would, if they usually pay $8,000 per quarter, they'd be paying $8,000 per quarter.
Oh.
There'd be no loss of revenue. It'd be-
I got you. All
yeah.
right.
Everybody okay with that before I do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob Pinterest has been a good neighbor to us, so. Next up is, here we go, resolution accepting the resignation of Highway Superintendent Carmen Estevan. Everybody okay with that, except you?
No.
If we have to be.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Just to be clear, since he is an elected official, if we say no, does that mean he can't go?
Nope.
Then I say no, you can go anyway.
You can go anyway.
Yeah.
Then next up is discussion to establish the office of Deputy Town Superintendent of Highways, Mr. Kevin McCarthy. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Next up, privilege of the floor for agenda items. You can speak about anything regarding the agenda. Okay.
Russ, sir?
Nope, okay. All right, so we have the consent coming up next. We have to take out that 87 Linden. Cooper, where is that? Is it
No,
in?
so we didn't put that in.
We didn't put, okay.
No, that was,
We
the
left
That was never put
outside.
in there.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. All right, so I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda. Can I have a second?
Second.
Next up
All in
is,
favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Jackie.
You're welcome.
Next up is, so we'll need to table that.
What is it?
It's the Linden. We put it under regular resolution, so we'll need to table that.
So, resolution number 1, Cooper, table that to 9/2.
Okay.
And work with Mr. Put Mr. Nugent's resolution in there, take the other one out, okay?
Yeah, the updated one.
Put the, yeah, this way when we generate the agenda for the second, it'll be accurate. Okay. I have one item for special consideration. What was it? This? Okay, this is to award the contract, so we're doing a lot of work. We got the cooling towers in the back. We're gonna wait till the summer ends to put those in. We've got the total renovation of the War Memorial Park, and this is the last addition, the sidewalks. We budgeted $85,000. We got one bid for $49 and one for, I believe, $59 or $60, and it came, what, $16,000 under budget. So let's award this to, as an item of special consideration to, what is this?
Was it Gonzalez?
To award the installation of the Town Hall Sideway Project, whereas resolution number 2026-92 dated April 1st, 2026, authorized the Town of Fishkill to advertise for the proposals for the request for proposal RFP 2026-02 installation of Town Hall Sidewalk Project, and whereas the RFP was issued on July 6th, the bids were due July 31st, and whereas two qualified bidders provided bids, Gonzalez for $49 and Nature Works for $60. Whereas the town project facilitator Joseph D. San Francisco, MJ Engineering, and Carmen Estevan have reviewed the contents of these bids and received and determined that the Gonzalez Landscapers is the most responsible, lowest, and best qualified for the bidder, and whereas accordingly the project facilitator Joseph D. Francisco, MJ Engineer, and Carmen Estevan recommend that the town award the project and the installation of the Town Hall Sidewalk Project to Gonzalez Landscaping, and now we're thoroughly resolved that the town board and the town of Fishkill hereby awards the RFP for installation of the Town Hall Sideway Project in the amount of $49,000, and be further resolved, the supervisor is authorized to execute all documents into agreement with the Gonzalez Landscaping for the Public Works Project reference herein is subject to the town attorney. I'll present that as a motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so new and old business. Jackie, you got anything new or old?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to people about this company called PPL, which is...
Speaking of my con.
PPL stands for Public Partnerships. They are the fiscal intermediary for CDPAP, which is the Consumer Directed Personal Assistance Program. So these people basically deal with elderly or homebound people, and the PPL is the company that pays the aids. Like Fidel, you may have a Fidelis policy, and you end up getting community Medicaid, and you have aides come to the home to care for you. There is currently a class action suit against PPL because they are not paying the aides. And I personally experienced this with my mother recently, and it was a really big fiasco, and they still haven't been paid for certain days, even though I worked with Fidelis to make sure the hours were there, and that people put in their hours appropriately, and they're still not getting paid for certain days from addiction. So it seems that this is something that's happening in a lot of communities in New York State, and I just wanted to know if anybody in our community is experiencing that, if I can help you out with that. I wish you would, contact me, call the supervisor's office, or send me an email, and I'll see what I can do to help you out, because I am, currently working on that for my mom, and I sort of figured out players and what we can do. I'm also sending a letter to the governor's office about it, because Governor Hochul did pick this company to be the facilitator to pay these aids. So I just wanted you people to know about that, and please reach out to me if I can help you in any way.
Well done. Good. Greg?
I'm sure many people in our community are aware that Governor Hochul and the state legislature have adopted a one-year moratorium on AI data center development across the state of New York. I think that's a really good first step in allowing both the state and local areas, whether that's the county or municipal governments across the state, to take a look at a new and emerging and I think very serious issue regarding development, public resources, and public health. Now, I had suggested previously that we consider some legislation which would amend our town code regarding certain types of commercial or industrial high consumption of projects, which would not specifically just apply to a project like a data center, but to any type of construction that would consume a disproportionate amount of public utilities, whether that would be electrical or water or another type of public utility which could exist in the future. So knowing that there is this one-year moratorium and that we've got time to really flush this out and be considerate is wonderful, and I will look to provide this board with an update at our September meeting with some further ideas we can give to Mr. Nugent as we look at drafting, taking a first draft at this, knowing that we've got time to fine-tune it and make it as protective of our community and the residents who call Fishkill home as possible. And lastly, I just wanted to remind our community, for those who did not know, that services for Glenn Schofield Sr. Will take place on Friday. There is a wake at McCool Funeral Home on Main Street from 3:30 to 7, which is then followed by a firematic service for members of the local fire departments who will be in attendance. There will be a massive Christian burial on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock at St. Mary's, and I believe there will be internment after that, but I do not know if that is public or if that will be for the family only. But I encourage all who knew and loved and appreciated Glenn and who want to show their support to the Schofield family in their time of loss. If you are able to attend either of those, please do so, and I will look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, Greg. Hans?
I'm good, thanks.
Brian?
Yes. Just a note about the Schofield services. If you want to go on McCool's website and the particulars about the intern especially will be there. I don't know if it's public or private also.
Right.
I just want to have a couple of words, Supervisor, if I might, on the potential hiring of an assistant receiver of taxes.
Sure.
And the reason why I said no for the public discussion, and I know that you're very interested, like I am and like the board is, in making sure we have smooth running systems and people that are harmonious and we're getting the job done, most especially for our clients who are the citizens of the town of Fishkill. I know that you and I had discussed at one particular time, for me, and I don't know if other board members need this, but I feel it might be useful if we, where we are now, have an organizational chart with tasks and duties with everybody in every office, because I'd love to see that mapped out. That's number one. And I think it's vitally important for us to just have that, at our fingertips, to see the organization. We've had a lot in the tax receiver's office of going back and forth on who's doing what, and even our legislative aide going in there and doing different things and who's doing what. It also comes down to, and I asked this, when we were giving special consideration to a certain employee on extra hours worked and everything in that resolution, I spoke with the labor attorney, and it seemed as though it was very, very, very smart of Cooper to have resigned from that assistant receiver of taxes, because she said, I don't know if it's state's attorney general or somebody would have found that a conflict of interest. And I said, well, that's interesting. So that may have helped us out in that regard. But I want to get back to something else, another segment of what I'm talking about, to help the board, help us understand and see where we can help the town employees in different offices be more effective. In a previous life, I worked with an organization that sold services through grants from the state on engineers, and it sounds like, oh, engineers, that's really heavy duty, but they would come in and work at every department in an organization on workflow, and then they would be able to look and chart that and see where there's overlap, where there's conflicts, where there may be some more efficiencies. It's not about reducing head count, not about finding anybody it's a problem or anything like that, but it will help us, something like this will help us to understand better what is actually needed. A full-time assistant at this assistant receiver of taxes, I will not vote for because I am not convinced it's needed, and I hope you respect what I'm saying. It's not an attack on anyone. It's just I think we need to take a look, and we can hire someone. We can discuss this more. People that are not affiliated with any town, any political group, anything. This is their profession to do these types of things. Very impartial. And I think this kind of look and this kind of review will help us as a board, make better decisions on everything else. Who's doing what, what's going on, where are the holes, where are the inefficiencies, what can we do to improve? You'd be surprised what would come out from this. So this is where my stand is on this right now.
Okay.
And I really would like for us to take a look at that before we create a new position.
So what is the name of the company?
Oh, I don't have one. I have what I used to do. I'll find out and give you a couple of choices.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
yeah, if you could bring us, I think we're required to have 3, potentially for that type of service, unless, of course.
I'll
it's,
research that. I don't know
yeah.
if that organization is still in business, but
Right.
I have contact that was in that business and I will work with them.
So what we had, I'm glad you mentioned conflict of interest. So when I was elected in 2019, I took office in 2020, the town clerk was also the tax receiver, and the current tax receiver is the deputy clerk and the deputy tax receiver. And then they had I believe it was central cashier.
Yeah.
So that was for 2 years, and then the town board in 2022 separated the 2 positions, where the tax receiver was a tax receiver, but the deputy town clerk, and the town clerk was the deputy tax receiver, yeah.
The central cashier.
No, there was no central cashier. And then when they did that, that's when Cooper got hired as as Becky's deputy.
Yes.
So that's what we had there. So the conflict of interest with an elected official being someone's deputy has existed prior to me becoming town supervisor. Okay? So the setup, the way it was set up is what's causing the problems, because you can't tell an elected official what to do. And Cooper is an elected official. He decided to resign. And
I agree with Brian's take. That was a wise decision. You know, for as much as
well,
we've heard from individuals saying that, you know, it might have saved the town a little money, it was a wise decision to do so.
It's a wise decision, but the precedent was that the town clerk did it.
Right.
When I did my budget for last year, we included that stipend to do it.
Right.
Okay? So it was done that way before I was even sitting here.
Right.
And the conflict existed before I got here.
Yes.
That's fine.
So, no,
We're moving on, that's all.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So the problem with the situation is the receiver of taxes is not, it's a quasi, it's a middle, it's not an elected official, but it's not a department head. She's
Right.
a public officer. So the problem is she controls the money, period.
Yeah.
So right now, we have 2 people. Lauren, she's the town clerk's deputy, is also the deputy receiver of taxes, where she collects, and our town lays, what do you call them? Legislative aid.
Legislative
He
aid.
comes in as these, they collect, they put it in a pile, and they give it to her, and she puts it in the computer and documents it. So, but, as Mr. Nugent said, she gets to hire her deputy, whether it's full-time. Can you explain a little more with that, do you know?
I'll just sum it up very briefly. The town's ability to operate cleanly with respect to this is constrained a little bit by a creature of the town law, which essentially says that if for whatever reason you do have the offices split as they are, and the main receiver of taxes is not in or not available or is otherwise out, you can't just simply pass those duties, those official duties, on to someone else within the department. It has to be a named public officer, that specifically being the deputy receiver of taxes. So in order for this function to occur, and the way the town is currently organized, you need to have that position. It really is just that simple.
So this isn't a question of workflow optimization, or is it a question of, as was suggested by someone, some sort of a personal agenda? This is a question of compliance with law.
That's correct.
But is that, see, what I don't fully appreciate right now is a full-time,
We could debate that, Brian.
you know.
We could debate full-time or part-time,
I
but
mean,
the
that's-
question is,
because that's a major financial commitment if it's not necessary, because
And
it's
just
taxing-
consider-
receiving taxes is a seasonal thing.
Well, hang on a second.
hold-
The
no,
actual
no, no,
process
no.
of receiving taxes is a seasonal thing, but
it's not seasonal.
that's the thing, is that you only physically receive payments seasonally, but the office of the tax receiver is performing vital work, whether it is
Sure.
preparation, filing, making deposits to town accounts. This is a year-round operation,
Well, of
which I
course
didn't
it is.
fully understand
Yeah.
until becoming a
I do know
town
that.
councilman.
So what the situation is I know when the filing dates are. So for example, the property tax bills come in, we mail them the second, third week of January. The last day she files her paperwork and cuts the checks is the middle of June. So that's a 6-month process. Then she works from September to middle of December for for school tax stuff. That's just tax bills. Then she does water bills, buildings and grounds, recreation, and whatever else comes in. We had a check when we won the judgment for the Rolling Hills.
That's right.
That 15 grand came in, she had to process that. So,
That's the job.
no, well, when she was made the receiver of taxes, she took on all the duties of central cashier. So she's doing 2 positions. And it is true that she gets to appoint her deputy, whether it's full-time or part-time?
That is correct.
That is correct.
That is correct.
So
What was the question again?
the deputy tax receiver appoints her deputy.
The tax
Tax
receiver.
receiver.
I'm sorry,
appoints her
I
deputy.
apologize.
Tax receiver appoints
Her deputy.
his or her deputy, that's correct.
And so what we do right now, well, I tried to set it up to where Cooper, Lauren, and Jason were just collecting and giving it to her so she can process. It's a lot of work. So could she theoretically say no one collects them but her? You know, I don't know. So right now, when the bills come in, they pile and put her in her mailbox, and they bring them over to her and she processes them. There's 2 steps. There's the munis and then the deposit on the bank account. And then they batch them up and they store them. So that's where we're at. So legally, the deputy is to be appointed by the
Tax receiver.
receiver of taxes, yes. That's where we're at. We need to be in compliance. We have not been in compliance since at least 7 years.
It's a long-standing situation, but we now understand the scope of it. So creating the new position, however it's filled, and if you want to debate full-time, part-time, that's a conversation that can be
That's
had.
different.
But the position needs to be created, and whatever the term is for it will be decided by the receiver of taxes and not by us.
I don't know about that.
Well, I should rephrase that. We're not the entities who will be handling the interviews and the selection. That is the appointing of the deputy is done by the receiver of taxes, not.
Well, like the chief put somebody in, the highway,
Right.
We're the final determinator of
Right,
that.
yeah, we ratify,
need to be a
but we
part
don't
of that.
select.
We need to be a part of that.
We are,
Right.
like the
I'm-
cops, same thing.
But I'm saying there's a difference between ratifying or confirming or selecting, and that's the difference.
So we have been in compliance for at least 7 years, probably forever.
Yeah. So
This
it's
is
good
where
we
we're at.
stumbled into this mess before we got into trouble.
The problem is the trouble happens if there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. So there's no concern about that. So
I
we
know
have.
you're right.
Yeah, so, but the issue here is, what do we do? How do we fix it? I'm open to suggestions, but at the very least, we get it in the town code, whether it's full-time, part-time. We can, I already budgeted for the part-time position, you know, so I don't know.
Well,
But I want to be in compliance.
Yeah.
well, we need to absolutely be in compliance. We need to have this workflow done well, because I know that they're,
That's different. The work thing is different because there are some things that are.
Yeah, let's absolutely do that.
bottled up.
Yeah, but I think I'm straightening them out. But there are issues where, you got to remember, we have a new controller, we have a new town clerk,
And she's doing a great job.
so everybody's doing a good job.
Yeah.
So,
And there's not this is in no way a suggestion nobody isn't, you know, so. it's just-
No, this is about taking something that works and making it work even better.
Absolutely,
But
and
just remember-
having us have a clear,
but just remember, she's doing 2
Yeah.
jobs. She's doing tax receiver and she's doing central cashier.
Yeah.
So that's 2 full-time positions she's saving us a lot of money by just on that.
Well-
But I recognize, you know,
can we go into 5 minutes for of executive so I can discuss
yes,
a personal matter?
yes. Okay, okay, I got 2 things.
What's you got?
Cooper, I want you to put on the agenda parking on Sinwood Lane for a discussion item for next year.
Sure, hang on.
No, I apologize. September 2nd.
September 2nd, but parking where?
Parking on Sinwood, no parking. A resident has requested no parking. That's across from Downstate Prison, so people are,
CYNWYD.
NWYD?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, I'll put a discussion on it.
It's very Welsh.
So
Okay.
people are parking on Sinwood, which is across the street from Downstate, and they're going to Downstate to play prison games, so.
You're kidding me.
Nope. So if we can start writing tickets there, maybe they won't write them. I mean, go in there. So that'd be one. And number two, not storage buildings, what do you call those little buildings in back of people's sheds, storage?
Sheds?
Storage
Yes,
sheds.
storage sheds.
Okay.
Put that as an agenda item, I'm sorry, as a discussion item? Because what some people are doing, they're buying like those box cars, trailers,
Okay.
and they look horrible in people's backyards. So I want to try to get some uniformity of some type of code on that.
Okay. Do we know if we even have a code on that at this
No,
point?
we don't.
I'm not
I
aware of
mentioned
one.
to Mr. Nugent about 6 months ago.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't remember there
But I
having
wanna
been
get
one
it.
when we did 150, so.
We need to get it on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay? So, sheds. I've got nothing else. Next town board meeting, 9/2. The executive session will be for a personnel matter.
Personnel matter, but one tiny second, I want to say publicly that you made a request to Carmine when we were redoing the landscaping out here, the Memorial Park area, see if, how much it would cost to get a ramp put in.
Yes, explain that. That was good.
And these, I don't know the correct terminology, but it gives accessibility from the
Pathway.
curb. And so that was Gonzalez, who consistently comes in thousands less than anybody else. It's just amazing. And he just loved this project so much that he donated the complete installation labor and everything else. That saved us $3,000 to $5,000. That was Gonzalez Landscapes, and they are to be commended, and we appreciate that.
Okay. So we're going to go to executive session for a personnel matter.
I believe legally we need to say that it is to discuss
A personnel
the
matter.
employment history of a particular individual.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, good night, everyone. Next meeting, September 2nd.
Can I grab a drink real quick?
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry.
Thanks. Thirsty folk.